It's morning. And we're chilling outside because it's nice and warm. It must be 65, maybe almost 68 degrees out here. It's weird. I am sore, you guys. Gosh dang. Oh, there's one hummingbird. It is early, dude. I'm in pain though, so I'm bored. When I was huckleberry picking the other day, I kicked the shit out of this little stob of whatever. I don't know. I kicked this fucking little tree thing and it fucked me up, dude. My leg is wrecked. Basically from my hip down. Ow, shit. Trying to trip myself. It's 6:10. Yeah, well, it was all good, you know. I only stumbled a little bit, but I didn't completely fall down, luckily, because I would have spilled my berries. But yeah, it feels like I sprained my ankle, or not sprained it, but strained it, you know? Like my whole ankle hurts. Then my right knee, which is, you know, it's all the same leg, right? Like my knee right above that hurts. And then for some reason, my hip. I hate getting old, dude. I trip over little shit all the time, just like 10 years ago, even, and I was good. But now when I fucking just slightly trip over something, I'm like, ugh, for a couple days. This is bullshit. My beard's turning all gray, too. Also bullshit. Yeah. We're just getting old, falling apart. You could sneeze and throw your back out. Yeah, if I turn, I'm not going to do it, but if I turn my neck that far really fast, like twice as fast as that, bad things will happen inside my neck. Like there's been times in the last couple of years where I'll turn to look at something kind of quick, and then for the rest of the day, it hurts. Here comes some honkers. Shut the fuck up there. Man. Get back here. What kind of weather we have? Weird. So yesterday, my weather app said it was going to thunderstorm at about 5 p.m. And then at about 3 p.m., it said it was going to storm at 10 p.m. And then at about 10 p.m., it said it was going to storm at about 3 a.m. And it never did. Never did. I've been watching the radar app simultaneously and seeing the precipitation do strange shit. Like I remember when I was a kid, and maybe not that long ago even, storm fronts on the news and on the radar would kind of move through an area and you would see them coming and you'd be like, yep, that's going to be a storm, it's going to rain, and then they would come over top of where you live and it would rain. But now when I look at the radar, I see precipitation happening and disappearing at the same time. It's just like it just goes, just gone. It's so weird, dude. Like I'm telling you, they're fucking with it. They're making it rain like immediately, basically. Like they're not really letting the clouds build up. And then I think where I live, because we have so much forest and they want it to burn, I think they're trying to keep it nice and fucking dry. Like we get some storms that they probably can't stop. But dude, the fucking radar is like doing the craziest shit, man, I'm telling you. And from what I understand, it's their radar systems themselves, like when they're using the Doppler radar to show us the precipitation, they can crank the power up enough on that to make the storms just fucking dissipate. And that's really what it seems like's going on, or you know, their cloud seeding is working in ways that we can't even imagine. Because, like, why, you know? And then meanwhile, these people who can't fucking accurately tell me when a thunderstorm is coming through are supposedly telling us, you know, the climate's changing and fucking all that. Like, if there is any kind of climate change, which I'm not really seeing any evidence of it where I live, but if there is, I believe it's a natural thing because there's been who knows how many ice ages in the fucking past, and they were all caused by natural things. So, you know, that's pretty much where I am with that. I think the rest of it is them trying to fucking control the human population with fear. What's up, zombie boss? We're just sitting out here talking about the weather. Just a nice little casual conversation about the weather. You know, I'm a big bear ass can survive. Wait. Licks pickle? You think I can survive the bear, or you think I can survive make beer and eat deer? Yeah. I just go get my robe on. What's my name? What's my real name? Are you sure you want to know? Are you sure? What's up, Philippi Borgi? Hopefully survive reading a sentence. Dude, you said, I know you're a big bear ass can survive. I read it. And I almost died. It's fucking hard to read, man. Dude, sometimes when I first wake up, though, and I'm like trying to get the sleep nuggets out of my eyes, I'll be typing shit to people and I fuck it up too. So hopefully you guys are having a good morning or afternoon. Maybe it might be evening for you, even if you live in the fucking other side of the globe. Oh, sometimes get my neck to pop when I do that. Just right at the base, you know. Molly, what's Papa doing? Here's my little dog, you guys. Hold on. My little mollywog. Oh, she loves me so much. It's 6:18 in the morning. Yeah. It's just me and the mollywog out here being a couple of idiots. Oh. Right. Scotman. Swaraj Nandaskar. You cannot have my dog. No. She's mine's. Well, she's one of 3 of mine. Give me that. Give me that. Yeah, she's a good dog. All 3 of my dogs are fairly good. We just got a new one though. His name's Charlie, and he's a little guy, and he's a little fucker. Yesterday, he managed to get out of the fence twice. No, Molly there, she's fixed. She can't have no pups. I had to rescue her, basically. What's up, Brax? Pro Beast. Ugh. What you do, man? You lift some weights or something? With a name like Pro Beast, I imagine you're like bigger than me and shit. Oh, there's Charlie. Here's Charlie the Gnarly, you guys. Charlie the Gnarly. He's so gnarly. Yeah, are you Charlie the Gnarly? All right. Up, down. Yeah, that's the new guy. Nice. I used to pick up heavy stuff once upon a time. Not so much anymore. Except unless you're counting me picking myself up off the ground. Well, yeah, back in my senior year of high school, back in the year 2000, I bench pressed 345 pounds. I never could, well, I didn't even try for 350 actually. I wish I would have though. Can't tell what my sky is doing. It's cloudy shit. Cloudy with a chance of shit. Yeah, I was 5'8" and about 240 when I benched 345. And then I had to cut a bunch of weight. You know, I had to drop down to like, well, when I went to try to join the Marines, I was weighing like 219. And, you know, obviously I was trying to get in shape because I had lost like 20 pounds over what I graduated at, but I wasn't close enough, you know, so I had to continue to exercise and all that crap. And then when I went to boot camp, I was weighing 199, but for your height and weight, for like the height and weight standards, I could only be 186. So they put me on the diet program when I went to boot camp. And if you go to boot camp for the Marine Corps, you do not want to be on the diet program because you don't get to eat hardly anything. And if you do eat more than you're supposed to, they fucking haze it right up out of you. Like, we'd go to the chow hall and we'd walk down the little line there and we'd get our food, you know, and when you got all your food on your tray, you had to stand there at the end of the line, and the drill instructor would walk up and he'd look at your tray and he'd say, "You're not going to eat that, 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 and that." And then you'd go sit down, and if you ate any of that he pointed at, you'd get fucked up, because once you were done eating, you had to go stand over by the garbage, holding your tray the same way, and then he'd come over and look, and if there was anything missing that he said you couldn't have, he would take you straight outside and start ITing you. And IT is, it's called incentive training, right? Like, it is bad. Let me just tell you, it is bad. You know, you probably, most people that have not even been to boot camp probably don't even know what the fuck IT is, or you probably never heard of it, but it's hell. It's where you get in the most shape of your life. And they'll tell you that too. They'll tell you straight up, you're going to get in better shape right here on this quarter deck, which is just the little open area in the squad bay where you live. You're going to get in more shape right there than anywhere in this whole boot camp. And that is no lie. The drill instructor will basically run you through a series of exercises for as long as they want. And I can, well, I'm injured. My leg is injured, so I can't even really properly demonstrate it. It's hard to even demonstrate. I remember seeing a guy when I was in like the delayed entry program. They brought in a guy that had just come from boot camp like 2 weeks before, and they had him do some IT in front of us, and it looked like he was gonna fucking die. So if I die, I'm sorry, you guys. There's nowhere for me to do this, basically. And my neighbors would probably be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm probably gonna roll around on a rock or something. Brought all this gravel in, and my dogs have scattered it all over the yard. But basically, your drill instructor would tell you fucking push-ups right now, right? And you drop down, and you start doing push-ups, and you're doing push-ups, and you're doing push-ups, and he'd be like, crunches right now, and then you gotta flip over and start doing crunches, and you're doing crunches, and you're doing crunches, and then he'd be like, mountain climbers right now. And so you jump up and you're doing mountain climbers, 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 and he's like, push-ups right now, and then you drop down, and you do push-ups, and do push-ups. And it basically goes like that. Way faster, actually, and way more intense for literally as long as they want, like an hour. You want to do that for about an hour? Now they'll tell you, yeah, the dogs are attacking me. They'll tell you in boot camp that they can only do it for 15 minutes. And that's a lie. Yeah. It's hard to do, and I did not do it. That wasn't even it. But I was just kind of lightly demonstrating. Dude, the Navy looked a lot easier, for sure. Or the Air Force. I need water. Actually, I might make some coffee, you guys. Let's do that. But yeah, like I said, that was just a light demonstration of it. They would destroy me if I tried to do it now. I'd get destroyed. It'd probably be good though. You know, I actually consider the idea of going back through boot camp just for the weight loss. Like, it was insane. Now, like I said, I went to boot camp weighing 199. When I graduated, I weighed 173, which was the lowest I've ever been as an adult. And I looked sickly. Like, I was way too skinny. I got bigger muscles than your average person. And so it slimmed me way too much. There was guys, though, I saw guys in boot camp that dropped like 80 pounds. Sink's full of dishes. Yeah, dude. Like, they starved our asses, man. I saw a guy, he was next to me online, like we had our beds like going in a line, you know, down the side of the squad bay, and there was a kid that slept just one bed next to mine, and we would go head to foot, right? So my head was at this end, his head was at that end over there. And so I'd be laying in my bed on my back, and I could look down at my feet and pretty much see his head over there. And this kid next to me online, or, you know, that kid over there, that was straight away from me. Every night, right after lights out, he would eat all of his boogers. He'd be just sitting over there for like 10 minutes straight. And I'd be trying to sleep. Luckily, I was so fucking tired, I'd go right to sleep, but I'd always go to sleep with that mental image. No, Zombie Boss, it's all good, man. I mean, you missed out on some training and, you know, some self-discipline and shit, but the rest of it was a goddamn lie. Yeah, I think he was just starving, man. But it was gross. One of the grossest things that happened in boot camp was we had this drill instructor fucking with us one night, and we had just come out of the shower. Hold on. We had just come out of the shower, so we're all standing on line butt naked. And we were putting our clothes on, you know, because they pretty much tell you how to do that, right? They'll be like, underwear on your body right now, socks on your body right now. And so we're getting dressed, and the drill instructor was mad at us for something, and so he made us switch sides. So it's like in the squad bay, going down one side of the room is half the platoon, and then going down the other side is the other half, right? So we're standing in two columns looking across the room at each other. Well, he made us switch sides, so we walked straight across to where we're standing in front of the bunk straight across from us, right? And then he made us put that motherfucker's underwear on. So I had to put some fucking other dude's fucking underwear on my body. And it fucked me up. Gave me a little itch down there for the next 20 fucking years. I'll suck that guy in his fucking jaw if I ever see him. That's the crazy thing about drill instructors, right? Like, they're real scary and tough when we're in boot camp. But then when we get through to the fleet and go on to the fucking shit, we become more scary than them. There's a couple of guys I knew in the Marines that I think I would just kick their ass if I saw them. Then there's a few that I would probably shake their hand, pull them in real close and give them a hug and probably start bawling. Because I haven't seen them in 20 years. Yeah. Sorry this fucking thing's so loud, you guys. I got out in December of 2005, Scottman, so this December it'll be 20 years. Yeah, there was things I hated about the Marine Corps. There's things I loved about it. Yeah, it was the most fun, scary, fucking crazy time I've ever had. It was fucking scary, like the most scary shit I've ever been a part of. The most fun. I mean, when you're taking C4 out of the package and fucking making your own little Bangalore torpedoes and blowing up fucking shit with it, that was just in training, but that was fucking fun. It's like you don't even think you're ever gonna see C4, and you're like, this is C4. All right. Can't quite see it from there. You have found a crab with a 1% chance of chatting. What's up, Bob the Crab? You've never tried crab, Scottman? What? What do you mean? I had some king crab just the other day. It was like, I was talking about it on stream how much I wanted it. And then I went to the store and it was on sale for $25 a pound. It was on the shelf there for 55, but they had it on sale for 25. So I was like, fuck yeah. And then Callie and I bought 2 pounds. They were big, big. So if you do get king crab, just get the legs. Don't get the claws. They'll try to sell you on the claw and you'll think, oh, there's a lot of meat in there, but you'll buy a lot of shell weight with that claw. Like you're gonna pay for a bit of shell weight when you buy crab, and you want to get the biggest pieces of meat you can, and they're usually in the legs. What's up, Annihilator? I've had pretty much all of that. I've had lobster, crab, and shrimp in the last month. Well, maybe not the last month, but I will. He's out there. Maybe. Yeah, when I was in the Marines, there was this charter fishing trip that you could go on. Sounded like he was out front though. But yeah, there was this charter fishing trip you could go on for like $50. And one of the mechanics in my unit went on it with his wife, and they caught a 3-foot long lobster. Like they were eating on it for a couple of days. No, he's not out. He's out here, but he's not out of the gate. But yeah, they caught a massive lobster. And so then all of us guys in the unit were like, oh man, we got to go try this fishing trip. And my coffee spilled down my side. I just got to lick it a little bit. But yeah. So one of my friends and I went on that same charter fishing trip. And we didn't catch a massive lobster. But my friend caught a really big grouper. Hey, Lewis, what's up, dude? So yeah, we ended up bringing that grouper home and eating it, and that was the best fish that I've ever had. Ain't that right, Charlie? Best fish I ever had. Oh, grouper, yeah. It was so good. Well, it was cool too, because we're out on this charter fishing trip, and there was like 30 people on this little 35-foot boat or so. And then there was, well, probably about 30 people fishing. There was probably about 10 people working, you know. It was just like shoulder to shoulder around the whole outside of this boat. And when we got out to the fishing area, they were coming around taking money for the big fish tournament, you know. And it was like, you put in $5, and whoever caught the biggest fish of the day got half the pot or whatever, and then the boat gets the other half. And so they were coming around taking money for that, and I put my money in, but my friend next to me, my buddies that I went with, he didn't have the $5 to put in for it, and he was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't get it anyway. And this older dude next to him was like, no, I'm gonna pay for you just in case. And so he gave him the $5, and then sure as shit, my buddy won because of that grouper. So he won $105. Charlie, leave the kitty alone. That kitty ain't doing nothing to you. He hates cats. And it's our cat. What's up, Brian? You're watching with one eye open, just woke up. Well, I'm amazed you fucking typed your message good. Yeah, 105 was good, you know, because we only paid, like I said, $50 to go on the trip. And then, yeah.
Charlie, come inside.
Charlie got pulled to the bench. He got pulled in house. Dude, the other morning, the kitty came over to the gate, and I was sitting over there, right? Well, she comes in through the gate and starts kind of doing her thing, like snuggling against me, and Charlie seen her and started attacking her. So then I thought, you know, I'm going to be the ambassador between these two animals, and I wanted Charlie to understand, you know, that Mink, this kitty, is my cat. So I grabbed the cat, and I'm holding on to it, and Charlie just continues to attack it. So then it's trying to claw me, and it claws me all the way up onto my back. And then when I was sitting in the chair over there, Charlie was still trying to get it, and it like jumped off my back, which it's used, you know, my neck as a grip for its claw. So yeah, it was a bad idea. I got scratched up, and it was all his fault. Where'd you go, Charlie? He was right there in that little gap. Fucking, there he is. It was all his fault. That door is dirty. Charlie. You little goofball. Look what you did to yourself. You got yourself secured. Dude, last night he was pissing me off because he got out of this fenced in yard, like way back here behind the garage there. There's a corner over there, and the chain link was up off the ground about that much. Well, he managed to get out from underneath there. I'm sitting here last night, just like I am now, and I look over and his ass is running around outside the fucking yard. I was like, no. So I get up, go get him. And when I say I go get him, he immediately starts running from me when I go after him. So I had to go like halfway around the block to get him. Well, then I bring him back. I get in the gate. I set him down. He runs straight back there and goes straight back out again. And then I wasn't sure if he was actually going to go out, right? So I follow him all the way back there and watch him go out. So then I'm fucking way back there. I got to walk all the way back around over here to the gate. By the time I get out there, I can't see him. I don't know where he's went. I'm freaking out, you know, because people are stealing little dogs. I just, you know, you don't even know. And yeah, so, but I managed to find him, and then I had to fix the fence, which wasn't that hard. I've done a lot of chain link. I've installed probably a couple thousand feet of it, so I know how to fucking do it, but it was just a pain in the ass. It was never an issue with that dog or the other dog. Yeah. Yeah, that is fucked up. You have to be a real shitty person to go steal somebody's dog. But people do it, you know, especially little dogs, because they're easy to grab and a lot of them are pretty expensive. You do construction, Brian? Nice. Yeah, I worked like for a fence company down in southeast Texas for a couple of years, and we mainly did 6-foot cedar privacy fences, sometimes 8-foot, and then we would do some chain link. But yeah, it was mostly 6-foot cedar. We'd do cedar, pine, or there was cypress, maybe? I can't remember. I think we were doing cypress. That was expensive, though. I've also built probably about a dozen different decks. We used to do decks for people. Yeah. And then my boss got into doing metal work and fucking doing all the wrought iron and like decorative ironwork you see around businesses and shit, like the handrails going up handicap ramps and stuff. I used to do that, not the welding part, but you know, just the installs. I don't know. I've never learned how to weld or anything like that. I kind of want to actually, but yeah, I've never done it. But our little crew that we had, you know, had a couple of welders, and then I was in charge of our fence crew or whatever. And then, but there was a lot of times where I wouldn't have anything to do, basically, or we'd be on a really big job where, you know, I'd be needed to help with all the metal. And a lot of it was stairs. We would do stairs, which were a bitch. Big stair cases going up apartments and shit, you know. The one thing you don't do is carpet installation. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. I've done a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of electrical. I know my way around some shit, basically. Like, that's the nice thing. And especially carpentry. I do know how to work the wood. Yeah. I mean, this is my hammer. It was just happened to be sitting here. Need my hammer. Yeah. Molly's cleaning Smokey's ear. Your specialty is cement. You can mix it all day. Hell yeah. Just add a little water. Keep adding a little water. Keep that shit rolling. I worked one time, me and one other guy did all the poles for a residential privacy fence that was 405 feet. and we did all the poles in one day. I mixed up, it was like, I think it was like 86 or 96, I can't remember, but it was close to 100 bags of concrete. And our mixer, I could put 2 bags in. I could put 2 bags of crete in there, mix it up, and then pour it into the wheelbarrow, and then I'd have to wheelbarrow it back there. And that 2 bags was about what we were using per pole. So, you know, it worked out. But yeah, that was a long fucking day. I think it was like 8,000 pounds of concrete that I wheelbarrowed around this yard. Oh yeah. Dude, we would show up to jobs with all this fucking material on a fucking trailer, and the people at the job would be like, "Where's your guys' forklift?" And we'd just start laughing. We'd be like, like forklift. We were strong as shit. Like Aaron had his gas cylinders for welding. I never was sure what they weighed, but I think it was over 200 pounds. Aaron and I were the only 2 guys on his crew or whatever that could pick one up. Well, no, his other brother could do it, but he was hardly ever working with us. But of the guys that I had on my crew and stuff, they couldn't do it. You know, they'd have to take the cylinder and roll it on the ground. Like you hold onto the top and you kind of roll the bottom across the ground, you know, and it takes like fucking 10 minutes to go 100 yards. But I could just pick it up and put it on a shoulder and carry it. Yeah, just a wheelbarrow and a clear path. Dude, when I was a kid, my brother and I tried to double up on a wheelbarrow, you know, so he was holding one handle and I was holding the other. And I think he got to like letting his side down or something, right? Or I was holding my side up too high, but either way, the thing in the front of the wheel hit the ground, and I took that fucking handle just straight into the guts. I was just like, or one time my dad transplanted a fucking aspen tree into our backyard, and it was there for about a year when he found out that the aspen trees will really seek out your water pipes and stuff, and they'll mess things up. So then he wanted it removed. So he sends me and my buddy out there to dig up this aspen tree. And, you know, we got it mostly dug up, but the tap root, like the main root going out the bottom of the tree, was going pretty deep. And we got to a point where we were just going to cut it with the shovel. And I had taken the shovel head and I had it sitting on the tap root. And then I was going to jump onto the head of the shovel while I was holding on to the handle like this, right? And I did that. I jumped as hard as I could onto the back of this shovel, and the handle for the shovel snapped right about here below my hands. And so with all the force that I could muster, I had jumped and landed on this shovel, and the handle snapped and then went wham, and it hit me right in the junk. Like, it should have been on America's Funniest Home Videos, because I went down. I went down fucking hard. My buddy Mike was standing there laughing at me. Like, I was wearing jeans, so it made kind of a really loud slap pop sound against my pants, but it also bagged me so bad, dude. Like, it was just instant. Oh, just thinking about it. It was top 5 pain. Top 5 pain of all time. Like, I was worried I'd never have kids. Charlie, you want to come back out here and try not to bark at the kitties? He's like, I'm going to go right back over there and bark. Charlie. Oh, the Molly. Oh, dude, sewage is not good. Sewer work or any of that. Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, you're such a gentlewoman. You're such a distinguished lady. Yes. Oh, nice to meet you. Yep. Oh, the wog. Her name's Molly, but I call her Mollywog because it's kind of like Pollywog, and then it's went from there. She's got a bunch of names. I do that with all my pets. They'll start out with a name, and then it'll go, what the fuck? Scottman with the 100-pound. I think that's 100-pound fucking super chat, dude. What the fuck? I'm gonna fall out of my chair, Scottman. What are you do? Thank you, man. What are you? What are you doing? That's awesome, buddy. That's 100 euros. That's a lot of money, dude. That's $132.80 American. God damn. Our money ain't worth shit. No, thank you so much, Scottman. I really appreciate it, man. God damn. Was not expecting that. Molly, watch out. Okay, you can stay then. You can stay. Oh, you can stay. I think it's Molly. Molly probably got the super chat, so you're gonna have to get a big steak. Actually, we're having steak and baked potatoes tonight, so I'll just give her a little bit of the leftovers. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'm just chilling out here on a fucking Saturday morning. I think, is it Saturday? God, yesterday I was just out of it, you guys. Like, I think I was so tired that I couldn't even think. I like to drive Molly like a motorcycle. I'm like, oh, you don't want to be my motorcycle? You don't want, let me be, no, let me drive you. Okay. 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 Okay, Molly. Charlie, don't be nipping at her ankles while she's up here. She'll get mad at you. She's like, I'm no motorcycle. Yeah, she doesn't like that, but it's not as bad as when I do Machine Gun Kitty. That's real dangerous. Yeah, it's weird weather, you guys. It's freaking August, August 2nd now, I guess. But it's like, we're only going to have like a mild day today. I want it to be hot. I go catch some crawdads. Yeah, Machine Gun Kitty is fun. You got to find the right cat. Otherwise, you get a little bit of excess recoil from the machine gun. Stay in the yard, you little shits. I gotta go find a machine gun. You seen on YouTube video that there was a mass shooting in Montana? No, not really. That's like a 7-hour drive. Oh. Oi. Crikey. There's a machine gun right there. I'm gonna go convert it right now. What are you doing, little machine gun? Oh. Yeah? Are you my little machine gun kitty? All right, so to make a proper machine gun kitty, you gotta first engage the foregrip. And then engage the rear grip. Hold on. Well, hold, no. And then you got yourself a machine gun kitty. Okay. I know you didn't like that. I'm sorry. It was all in good fun, youngsters. Yeah. She was pissed. She was definitely going to kill me. And Charlie's over here like, what the fuck is it doing to you? God, she stinks. Ugh, she was rolling in something dead. No, get back, you little shits. No, Charlie. Charlie. Oh, shit. Charlie's out of the wire. Watch out. Oh, shit. Oh, God, he's chasing Minksters. Charlie, she is going to fuck you up. Charlie, come here. No. Charlie, you're going to get hurt. Come on. Charlie, get over here. No, Charlie. I'm getting it.
Treats. Treats. Come here, Joey's. Treats. Come here. Joey. Joey.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Now, Charlie. Come on. Come on. Come here. That's the Charlie. He's so gnarly. You little shit. I told you that kitty will fuck you up. Yeah,
Good.
I told you.
Well, you can't.
She'll get you. Oh, she's running. This little fucker. He cornered her up by a tree and then was trying to get her, and I think she got him. Little Charleston chew. Callie's so worried that something's gonna happen to him, so can't be having him run around out here.
No, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie. He got getting busted right back outside. She's like, I am sick of him. Sick of his shit. Goddamn, mink stunk, dude. Now I smell it. Like I can't get the smell off me. Ugh. Ew. What the fuck? I'll be right back. Ugh. Something. Holy fuck, it's on my shirt. It is definitely a smell. It was definitely on my shirt. She even scratched my face a little bit, you guys. Right there. She stuck a claw in my cheek for my troubles. Sometimes it's hard to get a machine gun kitty. They don't always go willing. Yeah, her name's Mink, or the Minksters, Motherfucker Jones, Jonesy, Jicky Jones, the Jickster, and then, yeah, Ted Danson, or Mittens, Mittens Shittens, Middies, Shitty Mitty, fucking, yeah. And then Smokey, sometimes I call her Smogy, or Smoke Grenader, or the Grenader. And then Molly Wog, the fucking, she's got her own fucking theme song and shit. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The Mollywog. Don't be licking my coffee. I have to finish that when I do that. Oh yeah, we call her Kenny Woggins. Like Kenny Loggins. Or Kenny Joggins. Give me that. Give me that toy. Let me switch seats. We can watch the dogs together. What's up, Groovy Movie? Now they're behind me still. They're being little shits. Smokey, give me that. Give me that toy. She don't want to give me it. Yeah, they have several nicknames. Smokey's messing with Charlie out there. She's got a toy, but she wants Charlie to try to take it. I don't know where Charlie went. Oh, he's behind the cooler. Charlie's like, nah, I think I'm gonna go take a shit. Smokey, what you doing back there? You gonna give me that? You give me that toy. You give me that toy right now. Give me that. Okay, I got it. Montana Groovy. This is what my weather's looking like today. The sun is right through those clouds somewhere. I think it's going to be about like this for the rest of the day. Which kind of sucks because it's Saturday, you know? I wanted to go do something. Maybe not, though. I went and picked a bunch of huckleberries, I think yesterday. Was it yesterday? I can't even remember, but I overdid it. You're up in British Columbia? Nice, dude. So it probably looks almost the same. I'm in northwest Montana. Like, I'm 40 minutes from the border. I think technically we're on the border with Alberta, maybe. But BC's like right next to it. Oh, yeah. So it wasn't yesterday. Then the day before I went huckleberry picking. Yesterday was day one of recovery. And dude, I was so out of it yesterday, I can barely remember playing Cyberpunk. Yeah, I was planning on playing Grounded 2. And then I was looking at the reviews and everybody's saying to wait because it's in a pretty bad state right now, which sucks. Because I want to play it, but I also don't want to experience that, you know? I don't want to end up hating the game before it gets good. So I might hold off on that and wait. It's still in early access anyway. So, but yeah, in the meantime, I'm not sure what to play. I could do a playthrough of Stardew Valley. That's kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's boring necessarily, but it's not. It's not. There's no action really. Maybe a little bit, but Stardew is pretty chill though. And it's definitely a good game to have in the background or whatever. Like that's kind of what my channel is, I think, for the most part. It's like, or when I'm gaming, usually it's during the daytime, and I think a lot of people are just working and listening to me in the background. But I've been wanting to do more story-driven games lately. That's why I did Red Dead 2 and then 1 and then Cyberpunk, because they all have kind of decent stories. So I'm not sure. Not sure what to do, you guys. But yeah, we're hanging out. Do the Stardew extended mod. Yeah, I think that adds a lot to the game, right? That would be pretty cool. I don't know, does that affect achievements at all? It would be like a new game for you. Hell yeah. What we need to do, babe, is if I play Stardew, we're switching spots. You're going to be the fisher, and I'm going to be the miner. You still get all achievements? Nice. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. That's the thing. Every time Callie and I play on Stardew Valley together, I end up down at the beach the whole time. And then, like, within the first few days, Callie will be getting all the mining, or at least in the mines, the first mines done. We're a pretty good team though when we play it. It's like you're trying to get the community center up and running. And I think one time we actually got it on year 1. And there's a mod to add more fish. Nice. Different fish and extended makes hard combat areas. Hell yeah. Dude, I still can't believe Scottman donated 100 freaking pounds. That's awesome. I was not even sure. Like I was playing Call of Duty a little bit ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside and just go live, hang out. My freaking ankle still hurts. Ugh. But we've got 8 gallons of huckleberries right now, you guys. No one's buying any of them because there's fucking million of them on the market right now. People selling them for $35 a gallon, apparently. Last year, people were paying $75 a gallon, but you couldn't really find hardly any of them. I was telling Callie last night, we need to just start buying everybody's in the area, and then we'll drive over to Seattle. Try to sell them for like $100 a gallon or something. That'd be the only way you could make money right now. Well, you can still make money going and picking them and selling them for like 35 a gallon. Shit. The other day, in 2 hours, I picked almost 4 gallons. And even if I was only getting 35 a gallon, that's damn good money. Like if I stayed out there picking for 4 or 5 hours, I could probably make $200 or $300 at even those prices. Which $200 or $300 is a pretty good day's work, or a good day's pay. I don't know. I've done a lot harder for a lot less. Yeah, it's good money, dude. Like it just depends if you get it just right. We get the same thing with like the morel mushrooms, you know, if there's a good fire season, and it's not necessarily good to have fires, but if there's a lot of forest fires and they're fairly close to town, then the following spring we will have a really booming morel mushroom season. And you know, you can make, I remember my dad could make $300 in a day picking morels back in the 90s, which was probably like a fucking $1,000 in today's money or some shit, you know? Maybe not quite that much, but it was damn good money. You know, even me as a little kid, I was getting like $50 a day, which was crazy for being like 12 years old. I was like, whoa, I'm making money. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that around here. You can go cut firewood and sell it to people. Pretty much winter time is where there's not a lot you can do except for trapping, but nobody does that anymore. Nobody's buying furs. They're trying to ban trapping every year. They try to put it on the ballot to ban it. I don't know why, you know. It's not like there's a booming trapping industry anymore. They should just let the people who want to do it, because honestly, somebody has to do it, you know. There's fucking like problem animals that need to be trapped, like skunks and even beavers. Sometimes they'll dam up a stream and flood people's property and shit, and then it's really hard to get rid of them, because once you got a family of beaver living in a nest, or you know, one of their dens or whatever, their numbers go up pretty quick, and then it's just, you have to trap them all. And it's, you know, if you're not trapping, then you probably can't do it. I've seen them every once in a while, Groovy, but not very often. I know they're out there. We got wild raspberries, wild strawberries, definitely wild blackberries. There's June berries. There's choke cherries. We do have a lot of different shit. But yeah, blackberries are really rare to find, but they're really fucking good though. I do like a good ripe blackberry. Beavers are problematic. Yeah. Sweaty beavers. I remember I was in like 7th grade, and I was in the computer lab, and these fucking like they were like juniors in high school or something. They were standing there. It was just like Napoleon Dynamite, when there's a scene where the upperclassmen are asking Napoleon about something, and he's like, yes, you know, and he's like, I can't remember what he's talking about, but either way, it was pretty much like that, you know. And they were like, so your dad gets a lot of beaver, right? And I was like, yes, he got like 60 of them last year. Gosh. And then they're like, oh, your dad got 60 beaver? And I'm just like, I wasn't even understanding the reference of beaver, I guess. I was a little naive to it. It was funny for sure, but I didn't know. I didn't know yet. It was fun though. Those were the days. I haven't seen it either, dude. Not in a couple of years. It's one of my favorite movies though. I really liked that movie because I don't know. It was like I was kind of used to the humor of like South Park and Beavis and Butthead and Jackass, you know, and then here comes this fucking movie that'll just crack you up, and they never swear. Like, I don't think there's a single cuss word in that movie. And I don't know, there's just some parts of it that really remind me of being a kid. Like the part where they go and they work for the chicken guy and they work all day long. And then at the end of the day, the guy gives them $6 in quarters, right? And fucking Napoleon gets home and he counts all this money out and he goes, $6. It's like $1 an hour. And dude, that fucking saying, that quote right there, that's like $1 an hour. That just boom. Because that's pretty much what I worked for as a kid. If I was lucky. You know, I remember when I was a little kid, I was like 7 or 8 years old. I went down to my grandmother's house and my brother and I split some firewood and stacked some firewood for her for a couple of hours. And then she handed my brother and I each a quarter, one fucking coin each, and said, don't spend it all in one place, which I didn't know was even possible. You know, I guess there was, back then we had like 3 cent pieces of bubble gum you could buy, but like I think she expected me to go to the store, spend like 10 cents, and then the next time I went, spend another 10. But candy bars were 50 cents, you know? So I couldn't even get a fucking candy bar, Grandma. She was mean though. That grandma did not like me actually. To the day she died, she hated me. Welcome back, Brax. I never knew why either, you know? That grandmother, she went over to Costco when I was like 5 years old or something, and she bought a case of the cordial cherries and the thin mints, like they're like a York peppermint patty, but they're like a cheap version. And that first Christmas that she gave my brother and I each a box of those, they were pretty good, you know. Like, and I do like cherry cordials, and I kind of liked the thin mints or whatever too. But then the next Christmas, we each got another box of cherry cordials and thin mints, and they were kind of old. You know, they weren't bad, but they were starting to get a little old. Like the cherry cordials were starting to turn that weird color of chocolate where it gets like a lighter color, and then the thin mints were kind of hard. You know, and then fucking the next year we got another box of those and they were really old. Like the cherry cordials were dry in the middle, there was no liquid anymore, and they were all crumbling and just nasty, you know, and everything was just old. And then the next year we got another box of those, you know, and like my uncle, who was my dad's brother that was like a year older than him basically, had 2 daughters, and every fucking Christmas they would get Barbie dolls and all sorts of cool shit, toys, you know. Their birthdays, same thing, they'd get really cool toys and whatever. And my brother and I would just get stiffed, man. We'd get this old fucking chocolates and shit. And I never knew why. Like my grandmother hated us because we were boys for some reason. It was fucked up. Scottman, you should try it, dude. I was doing those snack crates for a long time. I don't know if they probably make American ones, man. The snacks have changed though, dude. I'll tell Callie every once in a while, I'll be like, I want a fucking fruit pie, a Hostess fruit pie from the 90s though, you know, because they were way better back then. Same with the cupcakes, even the Twinkies. You know, Hostess went out of business like 10 years ago, and there was this big scare. People were spending thousands of dollars on boxes of Twinkies. And I mean, honestly, those were the last real Twinkies, right? Because then Hostess did go out of business. They were out of business for about a year. And I think somebody bought them out and started it back up. But it was like the recipes all changed, and nothing was really the same anymore. And it hasn't been the same. It's not that good. Like Little Debbie is better. And that's fucking saying something. You had a nice grandma and a mean grandma growing up. I did too. Like my mom's mom was a sweetheart. She loved us. She fucking would buy us all sorts of clothes, and like she tried to spoil me, you know. But my dad's mom fucking hated us, dude. Yeah, probably Scottman. They probably cut corners and shit. Well, and that was the thing too, like the Twinkies and the cupcakes, you know, they have cream filling in the middle. Well, there's like a lot less of that, so definitely cutting cost with that. Excuse me. And then the like on the top of the cupcake, there's chocolate frosting, but then there's this white swirl that goes across the top. It almost looks like a shoelace or something. And when I was a kid, that thing was it was just different, dude. I don't know how to explain it. Like when you eat it now, it's like flavorless, stupid. And back then it was like a treat within the treat. Like you would eat around that lace thing in the middle and then pick it off and eat it in little pieces because it was so they ruined it, man. They ruined it. And the fruit pies too, dude. The fruit pies were really good. The only thing with the fruit pies is that they were so real back then is that if one sat on the shelf for too long, it would kind of get stale. Like they're more shelf stable now, but it's not good. You know, they have like a weird preservative flavor that just makes them taste like crap. The dough is like got a particular taste to it. Same with like what's it called? Like Pillsbury like pie crust or their croissant rolls or any of that stuff. It's all got that same preservative taste that I don't like. He's Charlie the Gnarly. You kind of smell like the kitty, though. Yeah, you got a little too close to her. Yeah. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Molly, are you eating charcoal? Must have a tummy ache. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put you down because you look like you want to run around. He has definitely got two speeds, though, you guys. He is 100 miles an hour, running around like a maniac, and then the next thing you know, you look at him and he's just like passed out. Like we got a little dog bed for him, and he'll get in it and start fighting it, and he's like biting at the sides and like rolling the whole bed around, and then the next thing you know, he's passed out in it. It's the funniest thing. What are you guys doing over there? There's some weird weeds in that corner. I had transplanted a fern. Like the little yellow flowers all in there are part of a fern that I put in that corner, but it's about late enough in the summer that it's kind of dying. Well, and then this fucking firewood holder thing he's flopped over in here. Oh, damn, there's about 1,000,000 spiders under that. About 1,000,000 of them under there. I can hear some turkeys gobbling up on the mountainside. There was never turkeys here when I was a kid. Actually, even 15 years ago, I don't think there was really turkeys, but they have took over pretty much. Go out in the woods, you see them everywhere. It reminds me of South Park. When I was a kid, there was the one, I think it was a Thanksgiving episode where the turkeys were trying to take over the town, and they had to, it was like, they made fun of Braveheart, basically, and they had to fight the turkeys. That's pretty much what happened here. The turkeys won, though. And they are assholes. If you go drive around town, the turkeys will walk, they'll strut right out into the street right in front of your car. And if you slow down, then they will stop in front of your car and just be like, yeah, I'm a badass. What you gonna do? But if you don't slow down and like speed up towards them, they just get destroyed. No, I'm just kidding. They won't get hit, but they will scurry away. You know, they really try to get out of the way. And it's like, I've figured out that if you let the turkeys bully you, they will bully the shit out of you. So you gotta you gotta be kind of aggressive at them. Turkey vultures, I see them every once in a while out in the woods. They're not anywhere around town, but yeah, I've seen them on occasion on like a dead animal or something. We got a lot of eagles too, you know, like I'm sure you got the same thing up there in BC, but we got like bald eagles and golden eagles even. You know, you'll see them on a deer on the side of the highway sometimes, just standing there like a fucking kid eating something. You're like, whoa. Big ass owls. Dude, they're little assholes, man. The worst thing about the turkeys is my cats are kind of outside, you know, they're like indoor, outdoor, but mostly outdoor, especially during the summer. And we put their food out on the porch at night. And then in the morning, if there's any food left over, the turkeys show up and they eat the cat food. And it's turkey, you know, like it's fucking on the bag. It says it's like poultry, like salmon and turkey blend or something. And these little savages are out here eating themselves. You got a bowl. It's funny to watch because it's like a bowl of cat food, and they're sitting there just slamming their head over and over into the bowl, and it's like bam, bam, and cat food pieces are flying everywhere. I can't tell if they're even getting any, but they must be because they keep coming back for it. And then they'll shit on my porch, and their shit is the most hydrophobic thing. Like they could fucking seal naval ships with turkey shit because you cannot spray it off, dude. Once it's on something, it ain't coming off. It's awful. It's got to pretty much dry and then flake away in the sun after like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like it's horrible. And it's greasy. You know, if you step on it, you can't get it off your shoe. I hate turkeys because of that, man. They're little bastards. My neighbor has a crabapple tree, and it's pretty tall, you know, it's like 20, 30 feet tall. And these turkeys in the fall will jump up or fly up into this tree and get on like the tiniest little branch up there and be knocking the crab apples down, or they're eating them up there, you know, but they're all just eating a shitload of crab apples, and then they're just shitting all over the sidewalks everywhere. Shitting everywhere. And then you know what's really gross? My dogs, they love it. They love the turkey shit. It's like turkey roca to them. I'll never understand that. It's bad. Yeah. Scottman. Scottman's like, well, I was about to eat lunch. Well, shit, you guys. I guess I've been live for almost an hour and a half here. My phone's gonna go dead because it was not quite charged when I come out here. It was at like 50%, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go live. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Probably go eat some breakfast and find something to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for the 100 pound or the 100 pounds. It's $132, Scottman. That's so generous, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. But yeah, and everybody else, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys as well. You know, it's awesome. That's pretty much all I want is you guys to watch. But you know, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll probably go live with some sort of game. I don't know, something. It's gonna be one of those kind of days. So anyway, bye.